Appeals court in Richmond has struck down Virginia's ban on same-sex marriage, adding to the courtroom victories supporters of gay marriage have won over the past year. But while the U.S. Supreme Court will ultimately settle this issue, at least for one day, today's ruling was an important personal victory for many, including a Richmond couple. Tracy Sears has their story tonight. Trace?
Well, while appeals are pending in several other states, this is the first time an appellate court in the South has made such a decision. For the couple I spoke to, while this is not the end of the road for them, it is their biggest victory so far. It was a celebration at Carytown's New York Deli. A victory party that this couple says they've been waiting years for.
It's one more step in the right direction.
2-year-old Dylan won't remember this night, but his parents hope one day he'll realize its importance.
Justice always prevails in this country.
And the role Virginia is playing. Monday night, supporters of same-sex marriage came together just hours after the 4th U.S. Court of Appeals struck down a ban on same-sex marriages. A decision that will affect marriage laws not only in Virginia, but in West Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina.
Hello there.
I'll take a picture of you guys.
Attorney General Mark Herring, who greeted supporters Monday, says the battle is not over.
It's important for people to realize that this judgment does not take effect for at least 21 days. If there are appeals filed, the case will likely be stayed even after that.
While a final decision may ultimately lie with the U.S. Supreme Court, supporters of traditional marriage believe the majority of Virginians is being ignored.
Voted on a constitutional amendment. That was the process. The majority of Virginians agreed with marriage between one man and one woman, and so we're disappointed that the court would step in.
But Herring, who voted for the ban back in 2006, believes public opinion has changed in the last 8 years.
They're waiting to see what the higher court will say.
Shirley Lesser and India Lipton hope that change in sentiment will be reflected in the Supreme Court's opinion as well. They'd like to marry soon for the sake of their son.
I hope he learns that you can change history. You can change the way people even think about them. And sometimes, you know, with a little work and a lot of friends, you can change the world.
Now, if the U.S. Supreme Court chooses to hear this case, it most likely will not hear it until 2015. Reporting live in Richmond, Tracy Sears. Now back to you.
Thank you, Tracy. And because of today's ruling in Virginia, North Carolina has decided to stop fighting for its marriage amendment. The state attorney general there saying there is no argument left to be made.
Simply put, it's time to stop making arguments we will lose and instead move forward, knowing that the ultimate resolution will likely come from the United States Supreme Court.
In March, Roy Cooper, who you just heard from there, said he intended to stand up for the state's same-sex marriage ban in court, even though he personally disagreed with it.
The week is